Okay, quickly, we're trying to make this recording. All of a sudden, everybody tries to get loud and everything. But we're going to start. It's going to be the random recording. We made like, no, she's not going to hardly read my writing. But my beloved Kavik and our beloved Abadod, Nasik, Melik, uh, Uncle, Dad, that's what I'm saying, Benjamin Netanyahu also wants us to make a recording to let you to speak to you. Okay, um, my beloved Shabby and our Uncle, Dad, Benjamin Netanyahu is also the Prime Minister of Israel and also the President of Persia. Okay, so now we want to speak to you, and everybody with us, our beloved royal family, and kids, want us to make this announcement to you, even animals, because they listen, they like to speak too. And so basically, we want to let you know, first of all, Leon's brother, and they were always harassed. When his brother would come here, he made cosplay, okay, and all the beautiful things you see, because he wanted to corner the market, and that's what he did. And so Ishi and Fake Mo were pushed him in the street one day, saying they wanted cosplay. They wanted cosplay. Because said, and said that they were saying that Fake Mo. They were saying that Liam's brother and him were actually the same people, but it's not true. And that day when they killed him, Liam came. Everybody knows it's true. And they were saying we get it for tax evasion and all kinds of stuff. They're really creepy people, the nigger type people that come and arrest us. Because said, and they pushed him in. Everybody saw they pushed him in the street, and the tram cut off his head. So basically said, and so Bush administration that you saw later, and all these people he said attacking, told a lie and got them off for what they did. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't after her. He was. See, there's a whores in here getting loud. They're all whores. So we're going to stay short. So this Leon's father, my father, and my mother, our birth parents, were sister and brother. My mother's born in Rothschilds. Leon's father and his brother, that's my father's brother and my husband's sister, my husband's mother's brother, and my birth father's brother. All of them, their birth father and mother, and they were born Rothschilds. Okay, so now when he was murdered in the street, and we were waiting for the ambulance, everybody was really upset. And his brother's like, now what? Because his brother was murdered in the street. His brother wore glasses. Okay, but Sid, and so I'm going to short. When the ambulance and everything, trying to pick the body up, he rose to heaven right there in the street, Confederation Street, where the tram cut off his head. And he looked at us and looked down. And he said to three of us, he said, other people could hear him. He said, he said, you'll beat those bad people. The people came up against us all. God says you'll win. So we just want to let you know too, as he's rising to heaven. This is it. And so he wore dark glasses. He always wore a dark blazer, and a light shirt. And this is it. So he was murdered like that by the people you hear attacking because they're really criminal. So the people with them, because Ishi, not when they kill people with shiny eyes, not an Asian, not proper, not correct, and Fekmo, her man, and they wanted to, and so they got off because they told a lie. It wasn't any, they were taken away, but the lie that they told was she wasn't fighting over, he wasn't fighting over, they weren't fighting over her. Fekmo and Ishi were trying to steal his company, and they pushed him in the street. Everybody saw. This is it. So, and then they left here, because Bush lied for them, like all these people are lying for the administration when they're not from here. It's just to people that are attacking us. So I just want to tell you that. So that's how he went. And Marco, when she was shot, she tried to kill in her hospital room. She tried to kill the guard that shot her. She got up and started choking him. It's just it. And we saw when Eugenia came, because Harry came, he was already dead. He came and the guard was saying, "You're not dead." He said he was coming to meet his wife or pick up his wife, meet his wife and pick up his wife. And he said the one on the bed's not his wife. It's Sid. And he said and then Eugenia came, and she always wore a beautiful plaid. Her favorite color, her favorite dresses were plaid, and she wore a special plaid all the time. And she liked all the plaid things. But she came and she wore a special plaid dress that she always wore. She came dressed like that, and they went back to heaven like that. He knew he would go quick. He came. And it's like when God was told, we're all standing there in heaven, we remember. And he didn't want to come down here because God said, this is bad. He don't want to come. And so he said, because God said all things that would happen to us when we came. And we were all standing there, King Eric of Egypt, me and my beloved Prince William of Denmark, and Prince Harry, and our relative, Prince William of England. Since we're standing there, we're having our assignment. God was telling what's going to happen to them and what's going to happen to us and others of our family, basically. And we have the day of sometime new when we were first created by God, and God lets me all of our family. We a long line. My beloved should be night. So basically, everyone was born at different time periods. We told you about, or wrote about that. Okay, so now so that's what happened. Okay, but she tried to choke him after. It seemed like after she was shot twice, she got up and tried to choke the guard. She was shot twice, people. She got up off her bed and started saying she was going to kill the guard that shot her. She tried to put her hands around his neck and tried to choke, basically. And then she tried to walk out. When she saw them come to, and she dropped. She died, basically. It was like, it was really weird. She didn't go any place with them, basically. See, they're Timnah. Timnah wasn't even the wife of Esau, and she bore a son. The son's name was Amalek. So all the offspring from Amalek is damned. There's no way to accept him, for God is at war with Amalek. And so basically, and so that was one of the bad women that Esau took, and it wasn't even his wife. So the Nazis, the Vatican, all the people you see attacking, they are Amalek. This is it. Duckwick and Bruno Mars's women, Colin Powell, Duckwick and Bruno Mars, who we just know has to be Lucifer, and visions and things that we remember from heaven above, and all the other things that they did, the things they did, their epitome of all evil and wrongdoing. They did all the stuff. They think it's all right to do that. Duckwick and Bruno Mars attacked my husband's mother, along with having her raped in the city, and attacked by the other people during our kid abduction, and made us watch. He did really bad to my mother. Then he's a kidnapper, and he tries to take me and does things. And I heard that they were torturing my family members and everything and doing all kinds of things. The man held me at gunpoint when I tried to run, and I was told that he held other members at gunpoint. So that, and I saw Teresa and her son, and Duckwick could remember a picture of him, and I showed his mother was involved. She was like, I showed her a picture. I showed her their son. She was involved. She's like, get out. But you had something to do with kidnapping me. I didn't remember everything. They kept me drugged and everything. But so we're just let you know too. And on the night that they punched a hole in my brain, they knew I was starting to remember things. He bought this really nasty black man that he had eaten pork at his restaurant. There was grease dripping off the walls, nasty, filthy. Basically said, I never saw a restaurant, and they served pork ribs. I never saw a restaurant ever in my life where people eat there, and there was big, thick, heavy grease on the wall dripping down. That man ate that. And then that night, he tried to kill me. Basically said, and he also had his homosexual lover with him all the time in certain places. Basically said, the man was one of the gays that tried to hurt us all. They were all gay, but they said the gays tried to attack us, tried to take over, and they were the American government, Nazi Germany, because Hitler was a gay, and Hitler also was a bestiality person. But they said these people are disgusting. So they said, and so there were black Nazis. So don't let them think there weren't, because that's where Aaliyah came from. And so and others that were bad did things. We have reports that the blacks also tore up our synagogues at Kristallnacht. So basically, we don't want you to know that too. And so Hitler does not think about color of Hitler. Hitler doesn't like anything that was good and decent. So now we just want to let you know too. So that came, and that came bothering us, basically. But when it was dying, when that woman was dying, it tried to kill the guard. So at the time that our mother was my mother and my blood aunt, she's my blood aunt, and then she's my mother-in-law. Just like his father's my blood uncle, and he's my father-in-law. She married her first cousin. So these are my blood relatives that made me their daughter-in-law and basically sit. Like the other uncles, aunts, they made me their daughter, except for my mother-in-law and father-in-law. So basically, I'm gonna let you know too. So now, she was already gone, Marco, and he was bragging about he was attacking us for her. And he was trying. They were trying to sit on the thrones of all of our things, our things, everybody else's things. We inherited all these things. And Auntie and Bubby, Queen Elizabeth, she wanted us to sit on everybody in line succession because they wanted their people to also be to make it. We have prophecies, and God has lets us know, because we're above a royal is God. Okay, to sit. And basically said so. So the House of England, Jewish. She was Jewish. Basically said, and so it was quite beautiful how she'd have us in a palace, and how we dress in our Jewish things. Basically said, because the crown really has a Jewish star on it. It doesn't have that other thing on it. So basically said, and our crowns have the star. So that's what happened. So basically said, so she did those things. The woman basically said, and so she tried to kill the guard after she was shot. But Harry went back to heaven with his wife Eugenia. She came to get him. And just like that, so just to let you know that too. And when God was telling him what was going to happen to him, he said, we didn't want to come down here. And God said, heaven would help us, basically, and heaven would help him, basically, and that he would be all right. And God would tell what would happen. He told him that those bad things would come after him and after us, and basically so he was here to try to help us too. So now also we said, that we told you that the American government raped our beloved Abdo Nasik Melik Yahu's mother, okay? And then they tortured him. They come and they harass and all kinds of things. And they shot his brother, all kinds of things. So we would never, ever sit down and accept anybody that did things like that. We're not, these people are crazy, and they came out to prostitute for the government. They think that everybody wants a whore. That everybody wants a black whore or a whore. And the men say they don't want a black whore or any whore, basically. So they know that they're criminal. So they're the epitome of all the wrongdoing, the Amalekites. There are people that cannot be converted and ever accepted. The Amalekites and the Catholics, okay? There would be Amalekites. The Hitler tried to convert 1/3 of our people and kill 2/3 of our people. You can't convert a Jew, just like you can't convert a Catholic. Also, and so you can't convert a Catholic. So let's say a person, the rabbis figure these things out. Let's say your parents were Jews, and then you tried to, then and somebody in your family also, and they're trying to be another thing, and they can't be, because it's not accepted, it's not allowed. Just like the Ammonites can't be converted, they're never accepted, and the Moabites. They made that story up. A Moabite, Ruth was a sojourn in Moab, like everybody else. It wasn't just one person, Naomi, because she was a famine. And the reactor showed my husband, my beloved can be sweet, and I as Boaz and Ruth. She was actually with Ruth. She was supposed to be with Boaz, and that's what happened. And so they were there for a famine. And, she was the grandmother of King David. But you see, that can happen because that's how God brings us back. Because we were Bathsheba, I was Bathsheba, I was King David. And he looks the same as he did when I went in the reactor, and as the memory I have of being King David. And I was also Bathsheba and Abigail Michael. Abigail Michael was the same. Then Michael Abigail died, and then I came back as Bathsheba, and I still was with my husband. The other thing, we're not doing those things. These people are lying because they're really criminal. So we told you that God told us to tell you you could live for eternity. These people are telling you how to die for eternity. They're really scummy and filthy. Don't listen to them. But I can tell you not to listen to them. We're only gonna believe our God. We're not gonna believe these people that walk around trying to steal and kill and take things and lie about everything, because this is what Turkey says. But they lie about everything and bother everybody. So now, I came back at one time as Ruth, and my husband was Boaz, and Ruth was a Jew that was down in Moab as for the famine until she was a Ruth. She was a Jew, just like Naomi. She was with Naomi. So that's what happened. That's all the story that you don't know. Like I said, we only write and release certain things. The Annals of the Kings, I think it would be Annals of the Kings that would go into more information. So Ruth was a grandmother of King David. So we told you that my husband was King David, and I was Bathsheba. I was Abigail Michael, and then I came back as Bathsheba, and then we had a baby, King Solomon. King Solomon, the other people told a lie. Then we came back, my husband and I, as King Solomon's children. I was his daughter, and my husband was my husband. We came back as his children, because God can do that. It's not incest. So basically, so these people are criminal, and they told a lie. God tells us not to take a Moabite or an Ammonite or a Amalekite. Ruth was a sojourner trying to get food because of the famine, just like Ruth. There wasn't, just like Naomi, there wasn't one person there. And now the king explains that. And we also tell you that she was the grandmother of King David, who was not incestual birth, because we do not accept incest. You are not going to be with somebody's mother or aunt or else. We told you the laws of incest. It's all right for you to be with your cousin, your first cousin, marry your first cousin and bear children. And when we explain to you in the Bible about he was with his aunt, that means the child of his aunt, like his cousin. So we just want to, or his father's daughter, because a cousin can be with another cousin. So please don't believe these people, because they're really sick. And like I told you, the man that was supposed to come here, and he died a long time ago. These people are dying and going away for eternity, and they're still trying to lie about it, trying to keep on going. So the man told us he didn't care about if he couldn't see very well. He still wanted to live, and he knew that one day he would be able to see again. So if these people are really criminal, they're really terrible, and these people tried to kill me in the dark one on our own property, blacks, along with that priest that I wish I had recorded. I would record by the security to break the tablet. They told me he wanted me to put my mouth on his genitals. Catholic priest and some other men, some blacks came, including black females, and asked me was I crazy and tried to kill me on my own property. I own Takumi. Space is it. So I want to tell you that they're really liars and they're really criminal, and they come like a Trojan horse, telling a lie and then getting in and trying to kill. So it's not about color. It's about the fact that the wicked have wicked and the good have good, and the good win. The good win. We win. Me and my beloved community, our family, we're the good people, and the animals, they win, and basically sit, and we win. Basically sit. We have a document from God that says we're the winners. It's written, we win, and that the wicked people lose. So remember, I want to talk to you about, but that's what I want to talk to you about today. The animals say, don't you care about the people? You care about us. I care about the good people. And I came here. We told you I came here to collect our own money, not beg. Have our own personal money to help other people and to help our people and to help our people, as I said. And our beloved royal family, my beloved community, wanted me to see what they had tried to do to us. Also, we have people here, okay? So I came to make sure the people that are good are safe, because it's part of our kingdom, and to help our people, and because they're part of our people. As I said, the bad people that came, that did things, are disgusting. They went every place doing things. We don't want the bad people. Somebody says it. We wouldn't have anything to do with people who are liars and covetous and all kinds and idol worship. This is it. So we don't want them. They can never be. And we certainly have anything to do with Amalekites or any people that are bad that did things to us. We're not allowed to accept a Moabite. I'm not a Moabite by anything but nothing. Ruth could have never been the grandmother of King David if she had actually been a Moabite. She was a person that was in Moab, like Naomi, with Naomi, for a famine. That's what. So the people tried to tell a lie and got it all wrong, Mr. Sid, because what they made up is a lie. It's not true. You know that, right? Okay, so they tried to change things and make up stories. And so Animals and Kings explains the rest of it. Like when Dinah was raped, and the women of the land had something to do with how cousin Dinah, she was going to visit them, and they caused her rape, and their families plotted. They wanted to be with the men and women of our people and take the things. If we can just get their daughters and take their daughters and sons, then there wouldn't be anything that they have that's not ours, they said. Plotters. So the Animals and Kings explains that they did not take the women as well as the men that raped Dinah. Animals and Kings. Then we're explaining to you the rest of the story. So we repeat, they made up that story about Ruth, and the Moabite is not accepted. Mosaic law. This week is in the end of during the week of the Shabbat and everything. It's Shavuot. It's about to give them the commandments, and we are not allowed to take a Moabite. That false story that they made up. He said there was a man that saw me one time, and when he told, I just shook my head and said, "You don't know, but you can't be." He told me he knew that he was a Moabite. He was a Moabite. He was from Moab, and I just said, "You know, you can't be if that's what you are." Because you see, we went down and we sojourned and tried to get food, and then we came back, and there's no way she would have been with Boaz, or with Ruth's two sons, for the simple fact that Ruth was her relative, Naomi's, and she was supposed to be with Boaz. She was a Jew. Okay, so now we'll talk to you since we can from Skepticism Learned, and these things we wanted to tell you all about that they were attacking us, basically, and they were wrong. They hurt us, and they tried to tell us lies, like falsifying how old I am and where I'm from, and that travel document is blocked by Interpol. For I was born in Israel, in Jerusalem, and the most holiest spot on the planet. And the travel document says where I was born, what hospital, that's written in there. And, because the information is put in there because the Americans lied. And they lied about kidnapping me and all kinds of stuff. It's the organized police thing. We can't understand why they would do that thing, because they thought everybody would lie. People would lie for them. We're not lying for them. So basically said, and so, God chose me. We're the tribe of Judah. So honest to God, we're telling you the truth. I say, honest to God, we swear. Honest to God, I swear. I'm telling you the truth. We're not lying to you. And I swear that God told us and told me to tell you can live for eternity. God's not telling me to tell you that unless you have a chance those that will listen, that you can live for eternity. So we're just saying that people are attacking, they don't have a chance. We can't accept those things. Blasphemy is a thing that's not correctable. You die for that. And they're blasphemous people. They want you to bow down and worship something that comes out their booty. I'm not bowing down and comes out their booty. I'm asking God to keep it comes out their booty, they think I'm supposed to worship. That's not my God. That's just it. So we're telling you the truth. We're trying to help you. We're here to, my father said, we know that we're here to help people that we can help. That's just it. And so we know we can't help everybody. They try to help me to because I feel so bad. And then because I see people that are really wrong. But then they come and they tell me, they say, well, look, there are people that believe. I said, well, that's good because I believe. Because we really help people. And that's why we're the king and queen of village king, blessed, reverend, and children, people. And our royal family is the beloved royal family of our kingdom. We live for eternity. You really can live for eternity, people. And not ever die again. And our God never dies. So you know what they believe is wrong. Our God never sleeps or slumbers. He rests so in Shabbat and Lugan. So they're really criminal, these people. So, I would be kind of frightened right now because we're telling you all these special, beautiful things. But we want you to understand that we're not lying. And they told lies. They made up that story. Those other people tried to make up a lie. And basically said, that other thing they tried to make up a story and put in there. It's not true. Basically said, so we just want to let you know that's true. Too, they told lies. How they tried to take my identity and say somebody else was me. How they tried to my beloved Shabbat's identity. How they tried to take other people's, other family members, beloved family members' identities of mine. How they tried to take our people's identities. They tried to come and say there were things that we know that they're not because they never passed those tests that we give to examine you. I'm also Aliyah, and we do a study. And these people that came, they flunked right in the beginning. They do things we never saw. That's not a Jew. They said, so we don't like to 3 days. The people see attacking, they were gone in 3 days. They did all kinds of nasty things, same sex and other things, and other nasty things. And they were with Bush. So they said they would fight us. And it took 3 days to see that they weren't right. So when the other people, they blew us up. The fake Ethiopians, they blew up our family members. And somebody said, and there were Beyonce, the breast implant, and if I can son-in-law, and what's his name, Buster Charles was there. And we knew when we saw that was all wrong. And they hurt some of our family members that were at the table, and we were doing a study. So we didn't unless it's like that. And we knew that maybe some might have been all right. They might have come someplace, but the other ones weren't. They're going to tell that too. So, people go to other places and they find out that maybe it's wrong. We just want to let you do that too. So, but no, we don't have people that covet or try to steal and take things. That's part of Mosaic law. As a matter of fact, the first of the 10 Commandments says that. It's the last, it's number 10. You shall not covet your neighbor's ox, ass, wife, fleece, or anything your neighbor has, including your neighbor's identity, or others, your neighbor's husband, or anything, or things your husband that your neighbor has. He says, so our kingdom is very large. That's revenue to people, and it's an ark, and everybody on it is going to live for eternity. The bad people aren't. They believe it's because they keep trying to attack us and steal. Thou shalt not steal is also one of the 10 Commandments. Shavuot is this weekend. It's about the commandments. And thou shalt not bear false witness. Don't lie. They lie all the time. It's just it. So now there's things we wanted to tell you today, and basically sit and we'll talk to you since we can. But you're not supposed to give me interdiction that I can't go to the airport when I have a flight. And the interdiction goes past the day of the flight. Something's wrong with that. So we're letting you know that these people are criminal. They told a terrible thing. They're liars. Those police were in a lot of trouble. They were crying when they knew they had done that. They thought they were smart, and they weren't smart because they were criminal. They did something wrong. They helped these bad people. They're getting smart to letting bad people to do things to us. We know that they did something wrong. And so basically, so we told you that this is a place where it's supposed to be run a certain type of way. Isn't that right, Azerbaijan? Your locations run a certain type of way too. These people are not going to roam around and do things. We have this run a certain place. They came in here, they did things, and this is not where they're to be. They can go other places. They're not coming here and try to kill us and take our things. So that's what they tried to do. I told you, my brothers, keep that the people got those people over there, the bad people, they got their things by starting wars and killing people, trying to take their things. They came in here, they asked for help, it wasn't true, and they started attacking people. They lied, and they tell lies about everything. As Turkey says and everybody else says, they lie about everything and bother everybody. All of us say that. We're not liars. We're not liars. We don't lie. That means that's about not bear false witness. You're going to go to hell. No liars ever going to live again. All the liars die for eternity. Won't be one left. Won't that be nice? They speak with duplicity. Like I said, they come in, they tell a lie, and then they start telling what they really wanted to do. The Bible speaks of those who speak with duplicity. It says that they're really criminal. Like how the Indians say fork tongue, it's the same thing. They lie. This is it. So these people are really wrong. They're terrible, and they can't speak the dirty truth of themselves that they're not real, because it's the truth about them. They're not real, and it will be revealed. Nobody wants them. So they try to tell lies behind other people. When they try to make noise behind me, and everybody knows they're wicked, and they try to tell lies to get to other people. Because if they posted all the stuff that they were saying, they'd be arrested. It's it. So they're criminal. They did terrible things. And also on the plane, they found a mechanism. I was supposed to take the plane tomorrow. We changed the flight. God revealed to me and to my little feet and our family and everything. If everyone's looking at me, they get all the stress. You're sure you're going to try to get on that plane? Then after we changed the flight for another day, and the people saw those criminal cops, because everyone tried to keep me and then try to put me on the plane. They also were trying to tear out. We're going to try to tear out the picture, and the travel document has the Interpol lock on it because it shows they kidnapped and told a lie, and put somebody else's picture in there and try to leave. Because it says that we told the truth and they told a lie. So it just said, they found a mechanism on a plane that will cause a problem and hurt everybody, obviously. So now, also, we told you David, David, king of Somalia, and his beloved wife, Doda Ima, Queen Aman. They had given him poison. All he did was he knew he'd been hurt. He would cuss and he would scream. He was never like that. So we're trying to get him. He was going to Israel. We're trying to get him to Israel. They blew up that plane in Zurich. They were trying to keep people from knowing too what they had done to him, and they were being smart because they had given that death threat. So basically said, so that's what happened to him. It happened a long time ago when we said in the 70s. He died. He didn't die from cancer. He died in that plane, and we saw part of his body lying in we saw the wreckage. So these people lied. Okay, but that's it. So now we wanted to tell you that. So now you try to careful alert, and we'll talk to you since we can. There's nothing we're going to say to you, but they try to get in the way, basically said, and they're really quite wrong. So basically said, and I have a really good husband who's really he's ultra orthodox, and I'm ultra orthodox, and we're good. And basically said, and we love our beloved God. My husband's good. Basically said, my husband's a good man, and I'm a good woman, and I'm my man king husband for all eternity, and I'm his queen for all eternity. Basically said, and they did terrible things. All these terrible people, all they do is lie and talk about nasty, dirty, mundane things, profane, the opposite of holy. And we do not want to hear it. They are the profane, and we're the holy. Profanity is really disgusting. And all they do is try to get in the way and talk about things like that. So now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. And we're the holy people that want to help you, and our God has sent to help you. As I said, we know the people here will be helped, even though it's a small amount of number, and we're not to be afraid of the small amount of number of us on our planet and in our kingdom that are good. The simple fact that God says the good in number are small, and just because the wicked are large in number doesn't mean that they win. For the fact is that the end of the wicked is a moth and a worm, and they leave just like that. The rapture showed that too. There was a woman walking in the rapture we saw, and the moth spread her body, and she fell flat dead on the ground. Animals go inside and make pockets. They eat anything and do anything. This is it. So they're really wrong. And they do things to people. And the animal is made to also destroy the wicked. For the wicked in 3 ways God has described. They start wars, they end by a sword. The people get rid of them. They end by the animal, birds, or wild beast. An animal that crawls inside your body and lays eggs is wild. You're not taming any worm. You're not taming anything like that. It's going to crawl. So basically, you're not taming any leech. Because when you try that, leech can go inside your body. So basically, they keep trying to do things and nobody wants to. See how they are? They don't care. All they want to do is try to get in and do things and replace us and kill our people off. And we don't want them. We don't want anything like them. We don't have to take them. And we won't. Nobody with us holy will take them. All of us are holy. And they're really quite wrong what they do. We don't want them. This is it. And we don't have to take them. Our God commands us not to take the wicked. But when it's to our God, because our God is the only one who gives everlasting life. Only our God can give that to us. And we're not accepting anything from it. We know the thing they worship is the devil because of what it tries to do. All of us know that thing is Satan. It's not our God. The things they do. All of us know that thing that they worship is not our God, is the devil. This is it. So, and all they talk about is nasty-ass racism. And this is what they wanted. They preferred a black that looked more white to them. I remember all those threats and harassments they give. All they do is they don't care about skin color. They care about somebody who doesn't like a Jew or a holy person. They call us camel jockeys or anybody from the East because the East is important. How your honor and how you are and what you do and your honor to God. And I'm certainly not thinking I'm going to do anything but worship our God. Also, quickly in this conversation right now, Mother's Day is every day. That's it. So it's not just one day; it's every day. And Father's Day is every day too. You honor your mother and father. Your days may be long. We're saying for eternity upon this earth. These people are disgusting. They hurt their own parents. They're really nasty. Do you think their own parents would try to be? That would be instant death for them. It's just, so we don't want these people. They do. We'll put them in jail for hurting their own parents. What do we do if they hurt our parents? It's just it. So, okay, I want to say that to you too. Okay, so we'll talk to you as we can. These are devil whores that are talking to us. They're whores. And the men are faggots. Their men are homosexuals and the women are whores. Everybody knows that. They're disgusting and they're bothering us. And this is a restaurant I own. I own it. And they're telling me to shut up. I don't want these people. I don't want their money. I don't want them. Sure, their money from a dirty source. Okay, so now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. Try to scrap over. We'll talk to you soon. We can show Shavuot Tov again. They're racist, and this woman is darker than I am. I know that she's a dark woman. But that's it. So, and she's talking about racism. But that's it. Talking about blacks. I'm sorry. Look, those who use you shall be used by others. And they don't understand that the saying that blood thicker than water, that means a family member will put you away for hurting another family member. This is all my flesh and blood. From my bone and flesh of my flesh. He's my first cousin. And we don't like these people. This woman is talking and getting smart. She has a baby. And she's getting, it's really disgusting what they do. So we don't want to talk about these people. They try to interfere. And you can see when we're talking to you, telling you how you can live forever. They know they don't live forever. That's why they interfere. It's just it. And we're trying to tell you what to do so you can. They won't ever do it because they think they're better. And it's not true. What they do is better. So it's just it. There's a whole bunch of people sitting here. There's some people that are quiet, but there's the other ones that are getting smart that think that they're all wrong. And I will never bow down to anything other than our God. So help me God, I swear. They're really wrong, these people. And they come into our stuff and try to take it over. Remember we told you they come and try to take our things over? Remember we just showed you how they tried to do that? They come like they went into the palace there and tried to take it over. She came for a job. That's what she came for, and everybody saw what she was. And Eugenia was already gone. So basically said, we always know when you show up, you did something. Okay, so now we don't want to talk. These are dark women that are trying to force their way into our house, and you won't be. We're members of our family. You will never be. Have dark people in our family, and they're blood relatives. You will not be. They're really disgusting people. You hear them right there. They're nothing but dirty whores, all of them. The rabbis and everybody says they're whores. And when they attack me, they're even more whorish. Everybody knows that. And they're with men in the attack. They're with other people they attack. They're with their own men. They're talking about being with my husband. I pointed out every time they do. I said, you know that woman doesn't care about you. She's in my face about my husband. And if a man does, I said, you know the man doesn't care about you. He's in my face about my husband, and he's trying to be with me. So basically, they're really wrong because they're not husbands and wives with each other. Those people that attack, they don't know anything about being a husband or a wife. And the homosexual men, they can never be with other men. And I would point them out too, because they get smart trying to be with my husband, and everybody knows they're homosexual. Now, women too. So we don't want to hear from them. So see how they try to take up the airtime when I'm trying to talk about holy things. Those things they told you that they do, you will die for all eternity. Things that we tell you that you can do to live for eternity, you will make it. First of all, most worship, our beloved God is God alone. Okay, so now we'll talk to you since we can. And Shavuot Tov and Hamzamea. Because there'll be Shavuot, the giving of the commandments, this weekend. That's what Shavuot's about. We have 613. We'll talk about the first 10, and the rabbis will probably talk about the rest of them too. Shavuot.